All right, so you having fun?
Yes.
It looks like it. How long did you and James plan the poses, though, for your first photo shoot together?
You know what? See, naturally we just get together, connect. That's how it is. That's naturally how it came together.
I can't believe you just went through that entire press conference and no one brought the heat as you brought with your kick game today. Can you show?
Can you show us,
get them
please?
up here?
Where the camera? Where the camera?
So
at?
we gotta. Can you see?
I mean,
You see those?
There it is.
Oh,
these are
yeah.
some. Today is Friday, so like a little flashback.
Flashback
Yeah,
Friday.
A little flashback Friday. LeBron 7
Right here, old school. I love this, man.
Should we get a photo, Bob?
Of
Yeah.
all the
Is there any way you're gonna tweet this for us?
I could.
Oh yeah.
get my pose on.
Yep.
Love the camera. Wind it up.
There we go. Eater 3, don't be afraid to tag me.
There we go.
I think it was maybe in the interview with Rachel after the practice up in Minnesota that you wanted to feel like you were wanted. Somebody say, "We want you, we need you, we want to build around you." What did
I
they
didn't say that.
What part did I get wrong?
I didn't say all of that. I didn't say nothing. I want to build around you. But I get what you're
But
saying.
what did the Heat say on June 30th that appeased what you needed to hear from somebody?
Just you're the type of player that we would love to have here. You know, your fight, the way that you work, the way you go about your business, and tell you the truth, that's all I wanted to hear. Not to mention that, you know, number 3 was like, you know, this culture fits you. He's told me that for so many days beforehand. But I think that guy and seeing what he helped build here, and I never want to compare myself to him, but I think that what they have going on here, the way that they go about everything here is the right way, and that's what I'm banking on, that we continue to do that.
All right, got to ask you, have you seen the video kind of making its way around the internet of cartoon Caruso, big muscles, dunking on everybody, throwing the ball down everyone?
Yeah,
what are your thoughts on it?
It's funny. You know, there's been a bunch of videos and pictures going around, kind of just keeping the humor of the off season fun, I guess. You know, keeping it relevant. But for me, you know, I'm really ready to just kind of get real Alex on the court and play some games.
You do look stronger.
I'm trying my best. You know, I might not look like the defensive end that I got photoshopped into, but I'll be ready.
Who's buffer, you or me?
I hope me.
I'll give you a hint.
Yeah, okay. I'll take me. Yeah.
Just want to make sure you realize that.
I didn't want to dig at you. You know,
I've got a strong backbone. I'm going to be all right.
You know, 9 months ago, I was sitting in front of the Boston crowd saying that I wanted to resign. And after that, a lot of things happened in my personal life that really changed the landscape of how I felt about the game of basketball and actually playing it in a team environment. And that really affected me as a human being. And I didn't share it with anyone. I didn't want to come out and say that this is bothering me, or I'm in a depression at this point of dealing with the death of my grandfather. So when all this happened and the NBA and the pressures, I put it in quotations, from this basketball game came into free agency and what I was doing with my future, I wanted to dispel all those things, but I don't think I did it in the right way of being honest about how I felt. So I just wanted to come here with a very fresh mindset and make sure that I'm honest with my teammates going forward, and also reverting back to apologizing to guys that I've been with and been teammates with, to make sure that they know, hey, this is a game, but also our lives come into this. And when it affects our livelihood and it affects our happiness to play basketball, then the product or our service out there on the floor is not great. And that's just what it is. Personal lives, it seems like it's not as important, but in talking in terms about relationships and coaches and all this other stuff that go into the team environment, I think the important thing is to realize that the human being, as a basketball player or in any industry, struggles as well, dealing with personal.
And I remember Kobe was like, after the pickup games, we were sitting down with Ice, and he's like, he's going to be the next one after me. And I was looking, I'm like, really? You think this is a young James? I'm like, is James, there's a ton of young players, as we know those years, you know, talented guards. And he's like, he's going to be the next one after me. I'm like, if you say so, like, that's, you know, if you say so, you know better than anybody. And then he's proven it. You know, James, the work that he's put in to get to the level that he's at now, you know, fighting for MVP every year. I mean, you got to take your hat off to that. Like, you don't just get there. That's work and dedication. That's a lot of work that's not being seen behind closed doors, which lets me know the type of work that he's willing to put in to get to his goal. And I think that, you know, both those guys, pretty much all the guys on the team have accomplished a lot of individual goals. And I feel like it's the perfect time. Everybody's in a place in their career that now it's about the team.
in his own sense.
LeBron, AD is no longer on the way. Anthony Davis is a Laker, and that's got a
AD is
real
on-
nice.
He is not on the way. He is here.
That is a real
here.
nice ring to it. We've talked about it all summer long, just how your games complement each other. I want to hear it from you. How do you envision this partnership on and off the court? Because you're good friends, too.
Yeah. First of all, off the court is just super duper easy because we just have mutual respect for each other for so long. I've known him and his family for quite a long time now. He's actually at my basketball camp when he was in high school.
Crazy.
Wow. When I used to have my basketball camp back in my hometown of Akron, Ohio. So I've known him all the way from back then, and then just watching him from afar and seeing the things that he's been able to accomplish, even still at such a young age. This kid is 26 years old. He's 26 years old, and he is I remember when I was 26 as well. He is in the prime of his game, and I think I'm so excited to be out there with him. We just complement each other so well because we're two selfless guys. One, it's all about the team, and we're two guys that care so much about our teammates being successful.
Hey, Kyrie, Stephen Bonnie from the New York Daily News. Obviously, we don't know if KD or if he's going to play, when he's going to come back. What are your expectations for this first season in Brooklyn, not knowing about him?
I mean, I'm pretty sure that question is going to come up pretty frequently throughout the year. But even while he was injured, I made sure that he knows that he has our support 100%, that there isn't going to be any pressure from any of us at any time. And I will make sure of that because I've been in that same position of being the guy that's injured on the team and everyone looking like, are you going to come back anytime soon? If you come back, then this is going to be our championship caliber team. If you were playing, then this would happen. And naturally, I think you have to go inside the mind of a competitor and realize that a lot of people have responsibilities for why that ended up happening the way it happened on a national scale. We all know K was not ready to play in that environment. We all know that, whether people want to admit it or not. He was out 31 days, and we put him on a national stage on the finals to end up selling a product that came before the person Kevin. And now I'm here to protect that. I'm going to be a protector of that all throughout the year and not allowing anyone to infiltrate that circle of, hey, K, do you, get right, we'll be fine. We have expectations for our team. We obviously know he's an integral part, but we'll wait for that. I'm very patient. I'll be over patient with Kevin because I don't want anything like that to happen to anyone again, especially on that type of stage where it happened and him having to answer questions about whether or not he's coming back or not. So I'm here to dispel it that you'll never hear me say he's coming back here or I think he's coming. I want him to be 101% healthy.
I remember after playing in the playoffs up until May and June, I remember not making the playoffs that year. Yeah. And I was like, what the hell is going on? You don't know what to do with yourself.
Right, you don't.
You're frustrated the first couple weeks. You know, you start working out too early or you're trying to work too hard. What was the one thing, though, that you reflected back on that you can bring to this season that's going to help you? You know, because you've been a leader every year. Yeah. You had so much to take on. What was the one thing you reflected on this year?
I think the one thing that I reflected on was I kind of early on I wanted to kind of see what was going to happen last year, you know, because I knew we were very young. We were very young with our team last year, so I wanted to kind of see what was going to happen with our team instead of come in and kind of, you know, giving my voice a little bit more, you know, being more vocal. You know, because I wanted to allow the young guys to kind of learn, and I knew that at some point throughout the season they would have to kind of figure it out on their own as well. So I wanted to kind of see that early on, and it was different for me. I've kind of never done that over the last, I would say, 14 years. I've always come in and kind of just got right to it, especially vocally. But now it kind of changes. But at the same time, we have a veteran ball club now. Mm-hmm. It's a totally different team now. We have a veteran ball club where I can now pick and choose when I want to be more vocal, because now we have AD, who's very vocal as well, that people don't know about. He's a great leader. Rondo is in his second year with the team, who's was huge. Jared Dudley is very vocal that people don't know about it. Well, I would call him Jared Dudley, but we call him Duds on the team.
Duds.
We got nicknames.
He's going to be very valuable to this
very
set.
Valuable, very valuable. So to this set and to this court right here. I'm just looking forward to everything. I reflected on a lot as far as on the court, off the court, how I can be better. It's not the season that I wanted any of the Laker faithful to remember me by in my first year. So I'm extra motivated by that in his own sense.